Welcome back. Today on Dialed In DIY, we're making some gel ice packs out of stuff that you probably already have around the house. There are a lot more great uses for ice packs other than just keeping your food and drinks cold. For taking care of things like bumps, burns, bruises, and other kinds of pains, I have found that the commercially available ice packs just quite aren't that easy to use. So, what are our options?
There's a lot of things you can do. Some people put ice in a bag and try that. That works, but it can also get messy. These hard packs are great for getting cold. They're great for drinks, but they're not so good at wrapping around a spot on the arm. Smaller ones can work a little bit better, but not quite as good either way. And even these plastic bags, some of them stay pretty malleable, but aren't always malleable. They're also a lot more expensive when you have to go this route than a plastic bag full of ice. But also, this particular kind, it doesn't get very malleable either until it starts to melt quite a bit. Otherwise, it's hard as well. But today, I have a solution for that.
These three types of ice packs are great cooler packs that I can use with my beverages, but I'm going to get rid of them and clear up my workspace so we can make something that's better for this purpose. You need to start with some rubbing alcohol or isopropyl alcohol, and I like to use the 91% instead of the 73% because we need less of it. You're also going to need some water, and I'm going to make 3 different batches with 3 different strengths so that you can see what the results are like. You're also going to need some Ziploc bags to put these in, and I do like the Ziploc brand, but these type that have the little zipper along the top aren't quite as good, but I'm going to use them for demonstration purposes. I'm going to use a measuring cup for this particular purpose, so I'm going to use 4 ounces of rubbing alcohol in each one of these bags, because as you can see, we're actually going to use 3 different amounts of water to get a 1-to-1, a 2-to-1, and a 3-to-1 ratio. As I mentioned, we're going to use the 91% rubbing alcohol and add it to 4 ounces, 8 ounces, and 12 ounces of water that I already put into these bottles to make it go a little bit quicker for demonstration purposes. So for each bag, we're going to measure out 4 ounces of rubbing alcohol to add to the different amounts of water. The only reason I'm putting them in the bottles is so that you can actually see that the ratios are consistent for what I'm putting into the bag, so when you see the results, you know exactly what it is. So now let's just pour all the contents into the bags, and then as we close them up, push down a little bit to get all the air out. I mentioned I'm using the 91% alcohol. If you're using 73%, you can actually use it just fine, but your concentrations need to be a little bit more to the alcohol side than you're using here. The reason is because rubbing alcohol, or alcohol, prevents water from freezing when it's mixed in. So the higher the concentration of alcohol, the less you need to keep the water from freezing solid. Before you freeze them, I typically like to double bag them. Just helps to reduce the likelihood of potential leaks. I let these freeze overnight so that we could see our best consistency results, and I'm going to place these on top of this piece of PVC pipe so we can simulate an arm or a leg, and you can see how they actually work in terms of how bendable or pliable they are. Notice our 1-to-1 ratio, although ice cold, stayed liquid. The 2-to-1 is much better. We're already at a gel kind of a state, and this is actually a great bag to use. But now as we look at the 3-to-1 ratio, here is an ice pack. This is a definite gel, it's thicker, and it's easy to work with to keep on an arm or a leg. As an alternate option, you can put it right into a water bottle of some kind. This one's perfect because it's actually thin plastic, so it's still pretty flexible. So using this 3-to-1 ratio is great for putting on an area like a sore muscle around the neck or back. This same approach with the bottle, but without the alcohol, makes for a great freezer pack to use in a cooler or with your foods and beverages. If you're on the go, you even get a nice ice-cold bottle of water when you're done. It's recommended to have some fabric between you and the ice pack to help protect your skin. A handy way to do this is to drop your ice pack inside a clean cotton sock. This will not only protect your skin, but it'll actually absorb some of the condensation that's coming off the ice pack, and it'll help you to keep the ice pack in place as you use it. Thank you for watching. Please press like and then subscribe. There will be more Dialed In DIY to come.